Hello, welcome everyone. How are you all doing? 0 Point Energy here, as always, with another episode of Citizen Sleeper. We had quite a blast last time. Unfortunately, the stream managed to cut off at the 4 hour mark. I've mentioned that in the post-credit scene, so to speak, on the YouTube description. I managed to export everything that I did yesterday, so if you've missed the episode, you can definitely watch it on my YouTube channel. And yeah, without any further ado, let's go on ahead with this stream, which should be really interesting. Alrighty, first and foremost, let's check the audio quality as we typically do. See if everything is going well for us. One moment, this shouldn't take too long. Yes, it's working. Excellent. I'm going to have this right over here to ensure that I see whatever it is that's going on. Okay, and now let's continue. Music has been muted for copyright purposes, of course, but you already know that, so let's move on. Welcome to the Eye. We did quite a bit yesterday. I don't know whether or not we have enough money to pay the mercenary, so this guy is quite a problem for us. Yeah, he's having fun. You see Ethan at a distance shouting from the bar for more drinks. The bill isn't going to be small, is it? Certainly not. But I don't know how big they're going to be. We have 1 point. We could invest some stuff. Be nice if we invested more. I would like to invest into this. I don't think we can, so for the time being. Oh, double data. Interesting. So we could invest 2 more here. We'll wait to get the skill points. Alrighty. What can we do in the meantime? I suppose in the meantime we could get... Can we get more of this? No? Oh my, that is unfortunate. I would like to. Repeatable action is not so repeatable. We need more ship fragments, because we need them for I forget the name. Neovent. We need that for Neovent. Ship mind core. We don't have the ship mind core at the moment. We may at some point, but not at the moment. It'll take a few cycles. Right. Still a little far behind. We could work on this, or on something else. Also a possibility. Right, what is this? Do we have any? Yes, we do. 1. Start the action. Maybe we can help out Sabin, and in this way, perhaps we're going to be able to maintain our body for longer. But first we have to get rid of the mercenary. Alright, so we did it. Let's continue. Let's see what happens with Sabin. As you turn away from the terminal, the final cache of Yatagon data uploaded. Air crackles with white noise. Sleeper? Sabin's voice, weaker than before, comes through the haze. Sabin? A sign of relief comes through the layers of noise. The call must be coming in from somewhere on the station. It has to be short. I don't know if Yatagon are monitoring me. The voice is hushed, distant. Try to focus on it. Data you've been bringing in from the Yatagon agents. There's something in it I don't understand. A shrill howl rattles through the signal. This data is all gleaned from the implants, records of integration with the nervous systems, performance analysis, error rates, user data. Well, usage data, I should say. I installed many of these implants and I didn't enable any of this functionality. Their voice dips under the level of the noise like a swimmer slipping beneath the water. You listen to the waves for a few seconds before Sabin re-emerges. Has to be somehow baked into the Wetware's interface. And that's not all. The systems compiling this data are connected to some kind of transmission protocol. It's being broadcast. 1 moment. Okay, but why? Every Yatagan enforcer is equipped with black market implants, retinal enhancements, adrenaline boosters, pain suppressors. These implants are gathering data on themselves, on the enforcers' bodies, on their performance. Why? Well, I promise you these foot soldiers have no idea this is going on. The background tone switches, dropping to a grainy rumble. If they knew, I don't imagine they would be happy with the situation. Yatagon could have a mutiny on their hands. You lean toward the terminal, straining to listen to Sabin's faint voice. I need a few cycles to pull all of this together, but this might be the information I need to pressure Yannick into releasing my debt. Yannick? He is one of the heads of Yatagon, they pause. It is better you don't know him. Keep it that way. Suddenly, a banging echoes through the call. Sabin's voice is suddenly whispered, panicked. I have to go. Come back in 4 cycles. Then the sharp crack of a disconnect. Silence fills the apartment. Ooh. That's one heck of a story. You step back from the terminal. What does Yatagan have to gain from monitoring its own members? Oh man. If a company can do it, it's going to do it anyway. So, you try to recall what you know about the gang, but you have little to go on. You think of Toshiro, Sabin's minder, his mirrored teardrop implants set below hard eyes. What data could they be gathering, and more importantly, where are they sending it? You reflexively rub your forehead, trying to think. Can you really trust Sabin? How did they come to be Yatagan's doctor in the first place? You think of their kindness, their care, but also that glazed look of recognition they gave you when they first met you. The look stays in your mind as you slip back out of the apartment, glancing around as you close it up and drift into the corridors of the station, unable to shake the unpleasant sensation of being observed. I am always observed. I come back in a while. Painful patience waiting for Sabin to be ready makes you anxious. If Yatagan finds out what they are up to, well, that's bad. They may or may not. Residential district. How do I deal with this guy? I have to deal with that guy eventually. Sell components. I'd rather not sell the components. They may help me rebuild. And if I could get the ship going, what can I actually do to get more of that stuff? I suppose I actually have to work. Bar shift is risky. A lot of the things I do are actually pretty risky. Come on. So there's this one. I could use that one. Do I have anything else that I can go with? Thus far. Okay. Octagon agent. Just one. It's not going to help me. Okay. Just 2. Bypass. Cryo, extract data. Okay, that's neutral. The items extracted. I have a ton of these. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with them, but okay. But I need to get out of here. Good work for the shipyard. Something. Certainly something. I have to do a ton of these to be able to succeed. Oh my. What are my skills exactly? Efficient extractor. No. I have 1 point here, apparently. In interface. Possibly work with that. Can't do anything here. That's my home. It's an empty container. Okay. Engineer or endure. Dangerous, but special. Do this. Right. We are losing some stuff, which is not good. Same here. we succeed? It's the same. Literally the same. Nothing this far. Do you have any money? We don't have any money. Of course we don't. And we need more money. Let's do it. Positive. Overlooked distillery. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 5 positive outcomes just to be able to ensure that the distillery is done. It's gonna take too long, way too long, and we don't have anything. Okay. Let's go to our home. Cycle. For now. Try to leave. Alright. There's something up with this guy, I don't know what. I'm going to have to go buy some food. Yeah. How am I gonna deal with that? I don't really know. Do I have one? I don't know. Oh my, I don't think I can crack anything. Oh, I can. Yes, extract data. Great. More. This one. 2. Item extracted. We have quite a lot, but I don't think that's going to help us necessarily. Was any of that going to help us? I don't know. Bottom out. That's good. Let's see if we can deal with this guy. Hey, Ethan's tab. How can someone drink this much in 6 cycles? Ethan hasn't held back while he has been at the compressor. Ethan says you have 2 cycles to pay the tab. He calls it fair-minded. No. So I have to pay the tab. I don't have a choice. Alright, let's do it. Can't believe you just did that. Ethan's mocking laugh comes from across the bar. You look across to see him leaning across in a pool of light, empty glasses and spilled liquids glinting around him. It's always dark in the compressor. This cycle the place is packed. A load of spacers mixing with the locals. Usually they run. Ethan spins a glass on the bar, or they go spending their savings on some local heavy I have to put down. They don't pay. Away. Ethan gets to his feet, the glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't seem to notice. You think that's it? 1 round of drinks and we are even? Sleeper, come on. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling from a chest holster. What's wrong with you? Ethan laughs, and the people around him turn to see what's happening. You think this is on me? I'd think someone in your position might have a better idea of how this all works. I'm a freelancer, Sleeper, just like you. We both signed a contract with S&R, didn't we? The difference is that my word means something. Really? Closes the gap, stumbling a little. What did you think? You could just run away from your contract, your debt? You could just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride? Play human for a cycle or 2? I'm nothing like you. That's what I'm saying. Ethan is addressing the bar now. Having noticed the attention from the other patrons, you are a coward. I am a professional. Though I should thank you, Ethan nods. His head heavy for giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know, real bounties. If I knew catching sad little escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago. Someone shouts from the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds up a finger in that general direction without turning around. Shoot me or let me leave. Oh, I see. Toughening up here. He gestures wildly at the crowd. Thumbs up or thumbs down, folks. Most turn back to their drinks, no longer interested in this tired show. Ethan mutters insults as he walks back towards the bar. Ethan sits heavily back down on his stool and searches through his glasses for one with something left in it. Thing is, Sleeper, I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. That body isn't yours. It will always betray you, no matter what. He finds a glass and drums the contents. So please go. I'll catch up with you whenever I need another one. He laughs and taps the bar for a fresh drink. Look at yourself. Give it up, Sleeper. I'm done teaching you for today. He settles his head on the bar and closes his eyes. I'm sick of you. Go find a job. You turn on your heel and are out of the going dark. Going dark. Alright. This one. The glowing dark. Alright, so you turn on your heel and you're out of the glowing dark and the sweat stench of the compressor. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the metal of the rim like hammers. Darn. Drive complete, one upgrade point. One upgrade point. Go for this. Ah, I can go for this. Why not? I have 2 upgrade points. Why is that not possible? It should be possible. Yeah, I don't know why that's not possible, but okay. Approach problems with awareness. Interesting. Chance to gain random scrap item on engineer actions. Confirm. Yeah, I'm gonna need 1 more upgrade point. Maybe I need to go 2 on this one? No, apparently not. I need 3 upgrade points. Right. Okay. I suppose so. But we're going to put this one over here so that we can repair condition. That'll be alright. So what happens now? How much longer can this go on? I don't know. Until he gets bored, I suppose. So what else can I do in the meantime? This is not going to help me. This might actually help me, but I doubt it. Loading scrap. Scrap allowance. Can I get more? Please? I cannot. Construction. No, I should have this. Assist the builder. Come on. 100%. Great. Yard hand and 5 cryo. Something at least. I don't know how much of this I can do, but still. Risky. Let's do it. Oof. Energy loss. Oh well. Let's do this. Ah, no, 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 no. I have to go to this particular place. Get me some these. Lovely. Fungus fan. Nice. Can I do more? To start action. Yard hand and 5 cryo. I need 2 more to be able to deal with this. I don't have it yet, but I will at some point. Very well. I can't go anywhere, I can't do anything, I just have to rest for now. Yeah, all cycles need to end, indeed. Need to see if I can get my energy back as well. My condition is degrading and I don't have anything to rely on. It's very unfortunate. Not much I can do. I could deal with Fang. I should deal with the other guys. Right, let's just talk to Fang for now. You arrive, Fang comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, Sleeper. He puts a hand on your shoulder and turns you back the way you came. Go where? To see Hardenhurst, he gives you a sideways glance. Isn't that what you were here for? He steps into the passageway, guiding you downring towards the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. Data you ripped. Well done, by the way, he grins. Tells me Harden is making a rare inspection of the side real horizon this cycle. It's the perfect chance to confront him outside of the compound he hides in. Fang takes a sharp turn on a dimly lit passageway. Real horizon? Still catching up? That's the massive colony ship being built out in the shipyard. Biggest commission Havanarch has ever had. Fang slows and slips into a dark service tunnel where somewhere a water pipe drips in the black. It's him, Sleeper. It's the same Hardenhurst. Our worm ripped out decades of records that mention him by name. An entire trail of documentation from the first days of the Solheim collapse until now. He wrote out the whole thing, slipped into Havanarch when it first broke off from the Union. Right. He paces in the tunnel, a hand rubbing at the back of his head. I need you to understand something about Solheim, Sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It wasn't like Solheim was here, running the station one day and the other Erlin's Union took over. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them. As the palladium market collapsed, they tried to keep the contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the cost higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth on the station. And water in the tanks. It's quite a compelling story, I suppose. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the mistakes, the accidents were coming in non-stop. And as new waves of contractors came in, desperate to work, Solheim welcomed them in, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time Solheim was folding up, dragged into court cases in the central systems, while this severed limb of the station still desperately tried to take it all it could. Take all it could. Capitalism at its best, and corruption as well. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2. A young pilot, his MEV overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died, thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified, and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. People like to tell stories about Erlin, how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true, but my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in the MEV and welded it to the dock while my father joined the improvised crews trying to seal up the ragged edges of the gap. He never came back. Fang pauses in the dock. They sealed it up though, and by the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoning every one of us to the black. Apart, Fang finally turns back to you, his eye burning, apart from people like Hardin. People who held their place, rode it out, and slipped into the new structure like nothing had ever changed, standing shoulder to shoulder with those they had exploited at every step. Fang starts walking again. That's why I can't just let him strut about the shipyard. This time his past catches up with him. Was he still alive? Clearly you don't know much about executives. That kind of power comes with certain benefits. Fang rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Though the ceiling you can see ships in mid-construction, their flanks lit by the flashes of plasma torches. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead. This is pretty crazy. I don't know what should we do here? Should we go with this? This is insane. This is insane. Should we go? No, this is crazy. Fang turns to look at you. Don't come then. I won't force you. You stand across from each other in the corridor. What is it then, Sleeper? You coming or not? I'll have to go with him. I don't have much of a choice. Fang grins. Let's go show this guy some consequences. He strides to the shipyard entrance and pushes through the doors. A web of corridors lead through the complex. Snatches of the construction bays always appearing through windows. Ships are suspending like skeletal imposing. Fang seems to know exactly where he is going, and before long you cross into a huge dry dock loaded to one side of the sidereal horizon. A network of platforms and scaffolding cling to the ship's hull, filled with workers and equipment. The sound is stretched out by the vast space so that the welding, cutting, and sealing seems to come from everywhere at once. But you and Fang stop them at the same time. A group walking slowly across the gantry, and at the front 2 men, one gesturing towards the ship and the other stick-thin, cleanly dressed, with a shock of grey hair. Hardin. You and Fang say his name in unison, and Fang sets off up the staircase to the gantry, with you following behind. As you come to the same level, the group is passing closer, the foreman gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock, and Hardin nodding along. Hardin Hurst shouts, across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in a rippling echo. Biggest turn. Yes. So this is Hardin, eh? Senior Havanage member. Hardin asks quizzically, raising an eyebrow. He glances between you and Fang, and you see his gaze linger on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. You are a traitor, Hardin, a Soheim executive who tried to hide here among its victims. Fang's voice is steady, strong. You stand for everything the Eye was rebuilt in the shadows of, everything Erlin stood for, everything Havanage stands for. You have no place on this station. For a moment, stillness descends on the group, as if everyone was held in place by the rattle of construction. Hardin laughs. Well, good to meet you too. Glances around at those around him. Some are smiling, the others nervous. You are from the systems branch, are you not? Asks Hardin, inspecting Fang's clothing. Fang turns to the foreman. You need to call security. This man is a corporate agent. Foreman glances between Fang and Hardin, his hands drumming at his sides. Hardin leans towards him and says something inaudible. We're not. Is it true? Havanage system engineer. This is an odd one because I could go with Fang or I could go with the other one. But I'm gonna go with Fang for now. As you begin speaking, Hardin turns his attention to you. And what would a sleeper know about that? You accuse me of being a corporate agent. What are you if not that? He looks around at the group who are already eyeing you with suspicion. Of course the group is eyeing us with suspicion because why would we even do this? This is odd. But anyway, we are doing it to help our buddy. which we just met minutes ago. But you are a product of Essen Arp. You have no place in a Havanot shipyard. Who knows what signals you are sending back to your makers? A murmur of approval runs through the group. Oh, he's good. Fang holds up a stick of memory. You guessed right. I am systems, and I have records that link you directly to Solheim right here. He turns to the foreman again. So once again, I'm asking you to take this man into custody of the shipyard. The foreman remains still. Arden's voice is calm, measured. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members' meeting for a proper review? He shakes his head. I have nothing to hide, unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow and tries to turn my men against me. You hear it now, the echoing sound of boots on the walkways, coming from all angles at once, and then settling behind you. Please, says Harden, submit the data through the correct channels, then we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. He gestures behind you to the security detail, their hands on boxy black sidearms at their sides. Oof. Basically guns. Fang spits. Harden, you little rascal. You can't wiggle your way out of this. Security officer draws their weapons and levels it. Fang turns and stares them down. Go for the weapon. I could go for the weapon. I 100% could go for the weapon. As you move, Fang puts a hand on your shoulder. He shakes his head and nods to security. Let's go, says Fang, and he pushes through security, heading back down the walkway. Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back into the corridor, Fang picks up pace. You try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of an entrance. Fang is grinning ear to ear. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pocket and he takes it out. On the slate, a web of connections starts drawing itself out, stretching to a set of points around the ring. Got him, mutters Fang. What is that? That, Sleeper, is something our worm added to Harden's personal slate. We are tracking his outgoing messages. Brilliant. That's just brilliant. Because that didn't make any sense otherwise. Why would you go and make a fool of yourself in front of people knowing that the guy has more connections than you do, and more money than you do? Fang's grin looks ghostly in the uplight of his screen. The old ways are best. Spook them good enough and they'll give the game away. He jabs at the slate and you see the web being drawn over a map of the ring. Lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots? These are Harden's buddies. The ones he is messaging right now, and we are going to find them all. That was on purpose? Of course. Harden isn't working alone. We need a full set or nothing. Fang glances around and slips the slate back into his pocket. We better split for now, Sleeper, but this is exactly what we need. Good hunting. With a pat on the shoulder, Fang drifts away, back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure whether to be angry or impressed. I'm actually pretty impressed. And a bit angry, to be quite honest. Can I still go to the shipyard? Apparently I can, and apparently it's a good thing? A good thing, a bad thing, I don't know. Yeah. We're gonna have to wait, right? Ever since your trip to the shipyard, Fang has been missing from his bay. What's going on? Yeah, he's kind of busy. Trying to deal with stuff. Which is understandable. Oh, I have extra points? Right. I have 2 points. Okay. You scrap components at home to repair condition. Confirm. Yes. Good. I guess I can do that. That's pretty good, actually. I'm very happy with that. Yeah. Let's go back. I can use scrap to repair myself. Let's see. Yes, self-repair. With some careful engineering, you can patch up your damaged body with scrap components. The result isn't pretty. It may not be pretty, but it doesn't matter. As long as I can do it, I don't need the doctor. I'm still going to try to evolve the story a little bit. This is a problem. This is another problem. This is another big problem for me. out. We can. How are we going to help this person out? I don't know. I have no idea whatsoever. Let's go here. Okay. Hopefully it's a positive thing. Nice. It's a positive outcome. Superb. Assist the shipbuilder. We've done so. Let's try to leave. Oh. Lem and Minna. Worker and daughter. Alright. Let's see what they have to say. From the walkway, the sidereal horizon looks impossibly vast. A landscape of plating and frames. All along her flanks, torches flicker. Drones maneuver. Archlights glint. The sense of scale of industry is both stunning and strangely unsettling. Aww. Ah. You must be working really, really hard for your daughter. Shipyard Walker and his daughter. Lem and Minna. She's quite beautiful, I think. You tend to see a figure a little way down the walkway, leaning at the railing. He is thin, ragged, his work gear poorly fitting and loose. Torches of the sidereal horizon flicker in his eyes as he turns to you. Lem! He leans back from the rail, revealing a child standing beside him, staring out at the ship. This is Mina, he adds with a smile. Hi, Mina. She stares and tucks herself behind Lem, who dutifully picks her up. She's a little slow to trust, aren't you, Mina? She buries her face in the folds of his overalls. Mina looks out from Lem's chest, a dark brown eye twinkling among the rough material. You working on her then? Lem asks eagerly, gesturing up to the vast ship, or just admiring. He shifts Mina's weight to his other arm. Admiring. Understandable, he nods, gazing back at the sidereal horizon. You like her too, don't you, Mina? Jostles her a little. She's Mina and I's ticket out of this place, or escape vector, so to speak. Ship? You haven't heard? Anyone who takes a Havanage contract on the sidereal horizon will be entered into a draw for the transit support crew. He smiles. We won't get to sleep the journey through, but a couple of decades of service will be nothing for me and Mina if it means landfall on a new world. Is it support? Someone needs to stay awake to keep the thing running. He straightens up, straightening his back. That's a colony ship, friend. The Steelers Foundation is sending thousands to settle a system well outside the reach of the core worlds. It'll be a totally independent colony. No surrogacy, no corporations. Why is it here? Steelers Foundation? Why is it here? Why build it here, you mean? He grins. Don't ask me. I know as much as Mina about that. He ruffles Mina's hair thoughtfully. I suppose many corporations weren't too happy about breaking with the idea of surrogacy, setting up somewhere without it feeding back to the core. Maybe Celis got locked out of the corporate shipyards and had to go begging for somewhere to set up. Homeless, just like Mina and me. Mina responds by pushing his hand away. Daddy! She whispers, food! Pulling an exaggerated grumpy face. She glances furtively at you and she plays with a set of dog tags that hang from Lem's neck. I'm just chatting a little, Meanie. Give Daddy a second. He turns back to you and you suddenly notice how tired he looks. I'm not on the Havanage crew yet, but I'll work my way in. You can do it too, friend. We have to stick together. He smiles a little shakily and you wonder how long he's been working to break into the official shipyard crew. Yeah, maybe. He looks out at the sidereal horizon as if trying to pull energy from those flickering torches from the vast hall. You gotta hold out, okay? You aren't quite sure if he is talking to you. That's how it works. While he stares out, Mina catches your eye curiously. Agree, Mina? She straightens up and meets your eye. Daddy loves me. She says it stubbornly, daring you to question her. Len smiles and lifts Mina. That's it. Hold on. He smiles sheepishly at you. We are just a couple of softies, isn't that right, Mina? He sets her down, standing by his side. And she clings to his leg. Gotta go feed this one. He pats her back. Maybe, see you on a shift, huh? Definitely. He turns and they walk down the walkway, away from the shipyard. You see them talking, and then a moment later, Mina turns around and stops. See you, robot. So apparently we're a robot now. Apologies for that. We are a robot. Her shout echoes down the walkway and then flashes you a parting smile before running to catch up with Lamb. You watched him a little before you turn back to the impossible scale of the sidereal horizon and check it out. Nice, a new drive. Up the mat. We have so many drives. It's insane. Real tickets. Yeah. I'm just reminded of the fact that we helped Dragos and then he just decided it's like, no, go away. Yes, there's that. It's about them. Okay. What can I do? I did that. So this is just a completely new story. Sidereal Horizon Assembly Line, and this administration for the shipyard. Oh, interesting. I could supply. Okay. I don't have anything for Yontagun, but okay. These are repeatable actions, understood. That's not going to help us for the moment. How about this one? Structural fitting and everything. Complex systems, bundled like nerves in the body. Your job is to lay these systems in. This one's safe, that one's safe, so these ones are particularly safe. The Sidereal Horizon is assembled block by block. You earned a place on the teams welding these blocks together. Quality Control Junior Tech. So I have to do these in order to get this. Shipbuilding spots on the Sidereal Horizon are hard to come by. Poor work will see you dropped from the rosters. Okay. Let's do this one. It's pretty safe. Should be alright, hopefully. Nice. We got that one. How many can we do? We can do quite a bit. Actually. Oh, wait. And what do we have? Do we have the systems? Interface. We can do both, actually. Or either or. Yeah, we can do either. Alright. That's definitely something. Systems tech, understood. Right. So we managed to make some money. A little bit, at least. Not much going on currently. To get some food. Can we get food from somewhere else? No. We cannot. We can't do this, we can't do that. So there are a lot of things that we cannot do. Would be nice if we had any place where we could put that data. Unfortunately, it is not something that we are currently able to do. Okay, we're just gonna buy it. Just going to buy it. Leave. Let's try to... Do we have the scrap components? Useful... Apologies. Useful salvage to the right person. Okay, let's see if this... out of curiosity, let's see if this works. Action. Oh, right. Like, just a little bit. It actually does help. Interesting. Self-repair. Right. Working on your own body is an unsettling but necessary act. You can feel the new components under your skin. All cycles need to end. Yes, they do. Sadly, they do. We have the energy and we have the components to work on themselves. Well, we used to have them. Nowadays, not so much. We are losing. Need more scrap. We certainly need more scrap. There's nothing here, there's nothing... Yeah, I'm gonna have to pay him money again. It's gonna be... First, let's go and see what we can dig up. Dig up some more. Two of them, yes. Should be good, okay. Right. Something else? No. This one? No. Wish we did have something. Nope. When you mention on key to the spaces selling lasting smiles, they'll give you discount on passage to the green room. But that's 100. It's still 100 cryo. That is a lot of money. So no. I have to see what this is about. Ah, do I have to? No, I don't. I really don't like the dice, but I don't think I have much of a choice. Could, but no. It's a lot of money. Okay. This is pretty bad. Good way to make friends. Let's see. Intuitive. I would go for engineer. What's this? Rather keep the positive for something else. Right. Again. Do it. No one knows you here. You'll need to change it if you want access to the low-end residents and facilities. Back. This one. We're going to be needing 2 of these. Hopefully that's going to work. Come on. Come on. Yes. Ah. Not really. Pretty bad. Oh well. That's it. We'd get some stuff, but... Okay, we have to go to bed again. First, get some food. Wish we could get some scrap. How do we even get some scrap? Need like a lot of scrap. Darn it. No. Cycle and cycle. Oh well. We've lost one of our dice. That's bad. It's very, very, very bad. I don't like it. Not even a little bit. Apologies. Dice that we have as well. Great. So we have one over here. We're gonna get one over here. And continue. Each shift, a crowd of would-be workers gather outside the shipyard, each of them clinging to a 4-digit number printed on the receipt paper. These are their assignment numbers, and you are either called for a shift or you aren't. As you arrive, the crowd is relentless, and chatter rumbles through the lines. Those who, like you, have graduated to the work teams, shifts are guaranteed. Having just walked out of a meeting with a supervisor where you were praised for your efforts, you feel the glow of a job well done. Yet you can't help but feel empathy for those huddled as you pass, waiting for their numbers to come up. You keep your head down as you leave the shipyard, feeling a little guilty as you do. Hey sleeper, wait up! Lem's voice trembles as he shouts above the rumble of the crowd, and you turn to see him pushing through, Mina crying in his arms. Lem! Good to see you, friend. He is breathing hard after shouldering through the waiting workers. You made a work team, good for you! He tries to catch his breath, stroking Mina's hair as he does. Shh, baby, give me a second here. He smiles weakly at you as he comforts her, and her cries start to fade. Out of the crowd, he sets Mina down by his side. Shiny streaks down both of her cheeks. As he does, you see he is clutching an assignment number on a crumpled piece of paper. You know, okay, she's good. We just had to rush up here. He puts his hand on her shoulder, and she clings to his side. Esther, who usually takes her, is sick. He stretches. I don't know. Noise sounds from the entrance. Klaxon, followed by a list of numbers growing brightly on the display screen. The crowd responds instantly, pushing and pulling as people try to wage the entry checkpoint. Lem stops and turns back towards the crowd, then glances down at the crumpled paper. That's my number! Oh man, Amina! He starts patting the pockets on his gear, glancing around. Go, I'll watch her. He blinks a little, staring. Thank you, I'll... Crouches to Mina. We're gonna stay with our friend here, okay? They're going to keep you safe, and... He stands back up. Here, take a bag. He shoves it into your hands. She's got food, she's got... Darn, I have to go. Backs away into the crowd. Mina, I'll be back real soon. Okay, be good. Then Lem disappears into the roiling crowd, who are now trying to get into the shipyard before it locks down. Wow, little Mina, Lem's daughter. This is really pulling at my heartstrings. I don't know if I'm pretty sure this might be intentional, but can you imagine the father trying to I mean, he could be the dad, he could be just the guy that decided to help out the little kid. She could be adopted, she could be his daughter. But either way, he's trying so desperately to care for the little one. And there are these situations that arise where you have no choice but to focus on other stuff and just trust even a complete stranger, which is, it's unfathomable to me. It's just these hardcore situations. Yeah, and very good writing so far. I'm loving this game. Anyway, Mina stands staring, suddenly small without Lem at her side. She fixes you with a dark-eyed stare you can't quite read. Hey, Mina. She holds the stare, unmoving. The two parallel tear tracks still glint on her cheeks. You okay, Mina? She sniffs and looks down from the bag. Stay silent. Mina glances at her feet and shuffles them a little. Okay, let's look in the bag. I don't know why we're looking in the bag, but okay. You unlatch the top of the bag and see a few metal containers fashioned from scrap components. A battered slate sits on top, blinking a low battery warning, and tucked beside it is a ragged rabbit, hand sewn. Take the rabbit. You pull the rabbit out of the bag, its long limbs waggling as you do. Mina goes to jump and grab it, but holds herself back. She stands and hugs herself, eyes on the rabbit. What's the name? Mina turns away and looks at the entrance to the shipyard. This isn't going well. Give her the rabbit. You hold the rabbit out and Mina snatches it from your hand. She hugs it tightly without looking away from you. Bun Bun! That's Bun Bun. Right, she says, staring you down, ferocious despite her size. Hi, Bun Bun. You move a little closer as you speak, closing the gap. He doesn't speak, she says. She looks at you suspiciously, but her face softens a little. She waggles Bun Bun in front of you and then walks him up your arm and onto your shoulder where he sits. She pokes your arm a couple of times. Are you really a robot? How can I respond to this? Not quite robots. Sort of. Yeah, she thinks. Me too. Mina has more questions. Lots of questions. Questions about how you breathe or if you rust. But before long you are talking about rabbits and about Esther. The lady who usually takes her smells like and usually takes us. Okay, this is, and whether or not fairies live in the ice heating pipes. Right, fairies don't leave. They definitely don't live there. But then again, that is a good question. How could you tell the story to the little kid if you're living in this particular place? Yeah, you pass the time like this, sitting side by side on the floor of the walkway as others pass by, sometimes talking, sometimes drawing on the slate, sometimes playing with Bun Bun, the rabbit. And this is how Lem finds you, just as both of you are starting to yawn. He is dirty and tired, but Mina leaps up his legs and into his arms as he stumbles backwards. You two get on okay? He asks, trying to keep Mina from climbing onto his shoulders. More than okay. Mina shoots you a smile from Lem's arms, her suspicion gone. Well, looks like Meanie can be nice. He pokes her in the ribs, and she squeals in delight. Thank you, friend. I mean it. He gives you a warm white smile. I owe you. Look, he glances around. It seems like Esther, the lady who usually watches her, is going to be out for a spell. If you ever have some time, I'd really appreciate you coming down to our place in the low end. Grins sheepishly. If you have time. But now I have to take this one to eat. He plays at biting Mina, and she giggles in response. This is so nice. This is so nice. Yeah, I'm gonna try to help these two. I have a lot of people that I have to help, and how do you take the time to help everyone? I hope I manage to complete all of their arcs. I really do. See you, Sleeper. He waves and they stumble off the corridor, drawing gazes from passing spaces as Mina's laughter echoes down the corridor and squeals. Wow. An additional drive. Interesting. Can I... Watch Mina while Lem works. Right. Definitely. That could be a thing to do. What is this? Ah, right. Do we not have the rest of the stuff? Although it's old. Doctor. Right, doctor's ready. And what is this? The factory and everything. Right, these are definitely new because they haven't been here for a while, so But what about Mina? What can I do for Mina? Danger, hmm? Your work as a junior tech has qualified you to work in the team handling the final tech fit-up of the Sidereal Horizon Bridge. A vast job. A vast colony ship is coming together block by block. Each cycle you see another piece slot in the machine. Wow. It's going to take a long time. A long, long time. So I wonder how that's actually done. And how can we help... How can we actually help Mina? Oh. Right. I think Mina's somewhere here. That's Mina's unit, yes. We can babysit Mina. I don't think we have enough. We're going to be doing that next time, for sure. Right now, we have to talk to Sabin and see how the doctor is doing. 4 cycles, Sabin said. And here you are, right on time with no sign of them. You wait a while in the apartment, the dread descending as the cycle spins outward. They should be here. Yes, they definitely should be here. Check the terminal. You check and double check the terminal for messages and recordings. Nothing. Just the pale glow, the silence. Check the door. You pace back and forth around the apartment, the rumbling of the station suddenly so present and loud. You go to the door and open it to an empty corridor. Close it again. Wait. Try to settle down to wait. You sit on the bunk and stare out the tiny room. Where are they? A knock. The door. Stay still. Another knock. Open it. Darn. What is this? Rabaya. A loyal Yatagan lieutenant. Rabaya. This is bad. Figure stands in the door and immediately knows. And immediately you know it's not Sabin. They are taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the hall light. A dark shape, like a stubby batoon, hangs loosely from her hand. Our locust sleeper. Good to finally meet you. She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. Stay silent. This will be much more pleasant if we remain friendly, don't you think? She walks past you into the apartment, glancing around. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. She picks a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you, and I suppose you are here to help? Where are they? I was hoping you would be able to help with that. She spins the batoon in her fingers by the side, her eyes not leaving yours. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared, left without even saying goodbye, which means they are in a little trouble now. But it's the kind of trouble that you need help for, so I thought I'd come down here and take a look at their little hidey hole. Here you are, the help. She looks through the treatise on the side. And what help? A sleeper, no less, which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. He's silent. He looks away. I know you won't be welcome news, but I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabine was working for your owners. She pauses. It's an ARP. Darn. You blink hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Rabaya looks away, waiting for a response. I could stay silent. That would be something. She crosses into the next room and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her batoon. One of the access ports? How does she touch the batoon to one of the access ports? Okay. She probably connects the batoon to the access ports. A spark, then the terminal screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your very eyes. Is it because of her, or is it because of Sabin trying to cover her tracks and doing so at the last moment? In the flicker of files you see SNARP letterheads and code forms, reports laden with the medical data marked with with the corporate logo like a sigil of some cult. Rabia steps away from the terminal. Look all you want. Some of your files may even be there. The volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabin was an ARB employee, why did they help you? Rabia reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk, breaking your concentration. It shimmers in the screen light. It's viscous, clear liquid, crystalline within the glass. We will, of course, keep up the supply. We are more than able to dispense important medicines, even without the doctor. You hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment you have the urge to crush the object, for the power it has over you. I'll ask Toshiro to make those a little cheaper for you. You'll be running the surgery now. Rabia closes up the briefcase lab and holds it at her side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabia turns on her way out. There is no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I have an office nearby. We have good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few cycles. She slips out silently into the corridor. You look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body, to reveal the tiredness beneath. I am definitely tired. All of this running around and not dealing with stuff properly. Just annoying. Anyway, how many points do we have? We have 1 point. We need 2 points for each, I suppose. Maybe more than that. Perhaps more than that. Gaining energy, sunbathe. Recover energy at home, that would be nice. Certainly would be nice. Upgrade. Yes. Recover the energy at home. It's office. She has an office here. Darn. Interested in that. Noodles. Express delivery. What? Minji has a kelp stack in the basement, and he makes noodle from seaweed. He doesn't pay much, but he'll feed anyone who does a shift. Right. Interesting. Delivering noodles to the nameless units of the low end takes guts and a certain fearlessness when it comes to asking for tips. Gauge. I'm not interested in the endure. I'm not interested in the engage. Probably use the money for something else. Let's see if we can do that. I can recover some of my energy, so there's that. How much? Just 80? That's it? Nah. You've got to be kidding me. It's unacceptable. So many levels. It's unacceptable. I need more components. How do I get the components? That's my main interest. Yeah. I'm not going to give fragments. I'm having a delta gun. I could. Could I? Special. I need 2 and 1, and I don't have 2. I wish I had. That's 2, and 1. Right. That's just it. It's the maximum. Yeah. This isn't really helping. It would help with me now. But I would only be willing to help as long as there's a positive outcome. There's a chance for a negative, so but I don't have a choice. Neutral. Take it out. Energy. I don't know how I got the energy, but I do the rest. Interface. Dangerous. No. This is the one, I suppose. Do the bar shift, but no. It's kind of risky. But well, I'm an engineer at the end. Oh wait, we can do it. Let's just do it. Ah, don't. Again. Okay. Late distillery +1. It's something, I suppose. Better than nothing. Let's go to bed now. Ooh. Your frame's photosynthetic skin allows you for greater energy through sunlight. The longer you stay, the better. Interesting. Alright, I didn't know that. Sadly, we don't have any extra stuff. I thought it was just an automatic thing. It is not an automatic thing. Anyway, end cycle. We're gonna have to buy our own food again. Oh well. Yeah, we're losing. 100% losing. Oh my. Replenish. Could replenish. We certainly could replenish. Don't know how, why, but I'd rather not lose on this. I don't think that this is relevant overall. I don't think so. Could just bounty hunter again. How do I deal with this? I'm starving, so I need to get something to eat. Got something to eat, we have some energy at the very least. Go meet with this guy and deal with it. Compressor's quiet today. The usual crowds are elsewhere, and the pumping music washes over a handful of spaces and a few trunks. Ethan is still in the same stool, the same pool of light. His head is low, close to the bar, and the bartender is ignoring him. Approach him. As you get closer, he lifts his head and turns. Sleeper, he looks at you. Time to pay up again, is it? He gestures to the bartender. Come here. Take their chits. Stay silent. Bartender ignores Ethan. It seems they've cut him off. Hey! He slams a hand on the bar. Come take the chits. The bartender ignores him. Ethan lets out a huge sigh, rubbing his eyes with his palms. He reaches towards his holster. His elbow slips and the gun tumbles out. It clatters on the bar and falls to the floor, bouncing onto the ground between you. Both you and the bartender look at the gun, stare at it. Butterfingers, says Ethan, and puts out a hand, beckoning for you to give him the gun back, if you would. Bartender looks at you warily. Crouch down and pick up the gun. This is an interesting choice. I really don't like this guy. I genuinely don't like this guy. Genuinely don't like this guy. So yeah. That is a very big mistake. And, I can't. And usually the game kind of makes you, tries to make you go for something like this. But in the real world, if you don't go for this, you're kind of done for. Reality doesn't give you much of an opportunity to go for anything other than this. Let's do that and see what happens. It might be death of us, but who knows? Ethan turns his head in your direction a little, a sharp pale eye locking with yours. The bartender backs away. Oh, he turns on the stool. Oh, sleeper, he stands. This is more like it. Wait. You hold the gun steady, training it on his head. Ethan smiles. Like the dog that caught the car. He turns to the bartender and Mark whispers, I'm not sure they know what to do with it. I could pull the trigger. You keep the gun on Ethan. Ethan smiles at the bartender. Oh well, he says, and grabs the gun, slamming it back into your face in a single move. You stagger back and drop to a knee. Somewhere nearby, the gun clatters on the surface. The glancing blow that makes your vision swim. Through the blur, you see Ethan wrestle a small thin slate from his belt and hold it up. Enough of this. I'm logging the job and calling it in. Ethan taps at the slate. No more playing. His head aches. Ethan taps through a few screens impatiently. He swears and taps again. He starts shouting, a dull echo to your ringing ears. He starts screaming at the slate and throws it across the bar. He crouches down and grabs you by the chin. His face closed, his breath heavy with drink. S&R just screwed me, he grins maniacally. They cancelled the contract. He stands up. They cancelled the contract! He shouts at the ceiling of the compressor. You stand up, struggling to your feet, the stink of the hit fading. Ethan is rubbing his temples, his face pale. You hear clicking sound, like coins being counted, like bullets being loaded into magazine. When you shake off the last of the blur, the bartender has Ethan's pistol trained on Ethan's head. Ethan stumbles back towards the middle of the room, all eyes trained on him. I'll kill all of you, he screams. He stumbles into the wall, spinning away towards the door. I'll be back for that, he shouts at the bartender and lunges out of the compressor. You steady yourself on the bar and catch your breath. Rumble of conversation returns. Bartender goes to say something, but then thinks better of it and begins to clean the bar. After a while, you wander out into the light of the bright market, looking for Ethan around every corner. Darn. Ethan's vendetta. Ethan may be disarmed, but you doubt you've seen the last of him. Yes, he'll probably be back at some point. Don't know when, but he will be back. Certainly. How do I deal with this guy? I don't really know how to deal with this guy. I'm curious what would have happened if I actually pulled the trigger. Maybe the gun wasn't even loaded. You never know. I'm in Mina's hut. Well, I should go for the rest of the stuff. Go over here. Oops, sorry. This one. Octagon agent. Extract data, please. Right, data extracted. It's beef. This one. This one has also has a 1. Need one with a 2. This one. Pass extracted. Nice. Good. Anything else? No, because most of them have either a 1 or a 2. I think this is the last one. This is a 2. Okay? Understood. That's a lot of work. That is definitely a lot of work. Thankfully, I don't have to pay Ethan, so it's quite alright. It is quite alright. I am that guy. I really could have killed him, now that I think about it. Oh well. Transit hub. Ramshackle Residential District. Yeah, making friends, but here's the thing. Gauge safe. 100% positive. Need to go with something that's let's do this. Yeah, it's ticking out. Got some energy. Wonderful. Let's go all the way over here. Put this in here. Do it. Got some cryo. Let's find this. That should be good. We're not going to replenish anything because we don't have any scraps. We don't have anything. We should have some scraps. But oh well. We simply do not. So, and cycle. For now. Just for now. Darn. Losing so much energy. How is that possible? Well, I don't know. 50% negative, 50% neutral. Arden wants to talk to us. What is this? Rabia. So we have to talk to Rabia, we have to talk to a lot of people, apparently. First and foremost, what I really want is to deal with this. Two of them. Data extracted. Okay. Wait, is there another one? There's one other. Ah, it has two and it doesn't have one. Does this have one? It does. Extracted. Wonderful. Absolutely. And if we go to the last one, which is this one, looking for information on gag activity in the eye, they'll pay. Okay. Let's talk to Harden for the time being. Maybe Rabia, Yotagon Lieutenant. As you approach the address, Rabia gave you a heavy hand, falls on your shoulder. What's your business here? Enforcer grips your shoulder, giving you a hint of the strength her implants give her. As you turn, you see the same subsidiary eyes as Rabia and Toshiro have, glinting like mirrors on her cheeks. Gia, please, the sleeper is here by my invitation. Rabia's command, the hand immediately loosens, and an apologetic look replaces the skull on Gia's face. Of course, Rabia, I'm sorry. Rabia waves her away. Don't you worry, I appreciate your protective instincts. She smiles at the enforcer. How about you, head to Tambour? They have a delivery coming, and they'll need some help with the lifting. Jaya nods and walks away. So, Sleeper, you came. I'm glad. It's curious. Curious is good. She smiles with a tight smile. You have to understand, finding you there in Sabin's units, I wasn't sure where we stood. There are more than a few people on this station who would rather I was dead. Had to be sure you weren't one of them. I wish you know. I'm glad. Rabia begins walking and gestures for you to walk with her. She takes you down a staircase into the bustling walkways of the low end. What do you know about Yatagan? Kind of... You run the low end, I guess? They're pretty much a gang. She laughs. That sounds impressive. We run out of the low end. We don't run it. People with hearts push past, moving crates of supplies around the thin and winding passages. Our reputation is one that implies threat. Is that fair to say? We are framed as aggressors, parasites, criminals. She gestures around at the people in the passageways. But when was the last time you saw a lawmaker on the eye? A policeman? Who makes the laws here? Erlin did. Erlin did? Indeed, you understand the history then. That is good, but Erlin is long dead, Sleeper, and his rules were little more than an optimist's manifesto. The Eye has changed much since then. If you had spent your time in the low end, maybe your opinion of us would be different. This is our place, our people. The low end was empty in Erlin's time. It didn't need to house thousands, and keeping the yards and the rotunda safe was work enough. No, the low end was reclaimed later, when the refugees started. Buyer meets your eye. The collapse didn't just happen here on this station. When Solheim collapsed, the entire systems felt it. Colonies were abandoned, the moons of Ember and Sun and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage, some trying to hold it together, some fled. I became a refuge, and Erlin, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone. Yeah. And when that happens, well, you are either prepared for it or you're not prepared for it. But many within the organization disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to corral as they hoped. The buyer leads you through a small market hall, busy with small stalls and traders. Erlin's union was made of workers, administrators, people who were malleable and already organized into hierarchies and networks. The refugees came from different factions and families, were scared, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. The Octagon is a child of that conflict, a child born out of need for us to stand up and claim our future, to provide security, strength. People call us a gang, but we are a community. I take my position as lieutenant seriously, and from my birth I have worked to earn it. Okay, Rabia. What kind of an arm is that? Like, that is definitely a robotic, visible, slightly kind of chameleon-like arm. Interesting. Maya catches herself before she raises her voice any further, and you both walk in silence for a while. On the smells and textures of the low end, you start to wonder if this place could be a home for you too. Where's Sabin? Maya sighs and takes a moment to answer. I told you, Sleeper, they have gone, and we do not know where. I understand Sabin must have told you about their debt to us, but that was an agreement entered into willingly, and that benefited them greatly. I'll be honest with you, Sleeper, I was never comfortable with having Sabin as part of Yatagan. An ex-corporate employee, it goes against our nature, but their deal was with Yannick. I kept my distance, made sure Sabin had his surgery, kept it supplied. That was all. But I cannot allow people to go back on their promises they've made to us. Yatagan has not lasted this long because it is a charity. We offer and ask for support. Any betrayal will be treated as an attack. Who is Yannick? Yannick is one of the heads of Yatagan. They guide us. He is the newest to be elected. He is an elder. Okay. I don't know what this is all about. I don't really trust any of you. Loyal Yatagan lieutenant. I really don't trust any of you. By science, that is your right. I only wish to explain our actions, to speak for Yatagan. You realize that Rabia has led you in a loop, and together you both come back up a staircase to the walkway where you met. You're free to go, Sleeper. I have said what I wish to say. She looks out through the windows of the... I would protect this place with my life, as it has protected me. I want to make that clear. Turns back. However, if you wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish, and there will be tasks for you to complete. You will be able to see Yatagan, to see the low end with your own eyes, not as others frame us. As for Sabin, she pauses to consider her words. I will not ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider their motivations carefully. With that, Rabia leaves, slipping back into her office, while you stare out at the countless units, each a home, each with a story that make up the low end. Drive. Me settle on the eye. Not interested in settling on the eye. I'll find my own place. That'll be sufficient. It'll be more than sufficient. Have a knowledge director. Don't want to deal with that guy either. Actually, don't want to deal with a lot of people. Now that I think about it. Character, 0 points. Good. I'm gonna go for the positive and negative outcomes because those are important. Okay, let's talk to. Oh wait, let's do something else. See if we can. Chance it will be negative, but let's hope not. Great, neutral. Take it out and we get extra energy. That's something. Let's go all the way. Oh man, we're gonna be close to buying stuff. We could want to buy some stuff. What? Merchants? Buy a fragment? Shipmine fragment? I can buy a fragment? Yes. Please. But I can buy a fragment from the other one too. No, I can't. I have to. Let's just buy it. Let's just buy it. Wait. Limited supply, understood. What I have to do is I have to go here. Put 3 of these here. Start action. Right. Shipment call. Got it. Now we go to this guy. We give out the call. Start action. Smuggle. So a new event wants to be smuggled out of the dock, and to do that you'll need to provide a full shipment ready for imprinting. Start. The event is ready to attempt imprinting. They want you to help. We have to talk to. We have to talk to Neo. Let's talk to Neo Event first because he's important, or it's important. He's important. I'm just gonna say it. He. Sleeper must express plan before we begin. Neo Event is impatient. The prospect of being free of the vending machine is clearly too much to take. Shipmind has no input features. Will be mute until slotted. Be able to speak? Correct, do not worry. The servo motors in the machine begin to rev. New event anxiety clear. First imprint shipmind, then slot imprinted shipmind into physical. Whoa. I have to write this down? Do I have to write this down? I'm pretty sure I have to write this down. I don't know if I'm gonna have the chance to do it again. Imprint first. And then slot physical plans. What? Do. Once slotted, we'll track Hunter at each. Okay. Tracking will find core nests. Slot shipmind at core nest. Okay. Slot shipmind. At core nest. Show Hunter data to Hunter. To Hunter. Okay. Let's do it. Hunter will conclude sentience. Hunter will invoke killer. And the killer will kill, yes. The lights on the vending machine cycle as new event prepares. Physical ports likely sealed in old station. We'll need keys, but yes, simple. Vending machine rocks a little. Any questions before imprinting? Why slot you physically? I cannot access via network, too dangerous. Hunter would find immediately. The lights flicker, and not like you, hybrid. Am native to cloud, easy prey. Right. What's the core nest? Hunter keeps central data storage. Protocol must keep data outside self. Linked to secondary nests. Can triangulate from there. I'm not very good at this, but okay. That's it, let's start. The sound of all the server motors starting up at once is painful. The screeches rattle from the hard surfaces of the sealed dock and come back at all angles. New event, better be quick, or Hovenage security will be here. New Evander's voice appears among the squeals, like a whisper carried by the wind. Machine is not designated for this task. Few sensors, limited inputs. I work blind. Wish me luck. Top part of the compartment. In the top part of the compartment, a set of arms aligned with the ship mind, clunkily scrapping against it. The metal creaks as the servos open the ship mind, its layers of silicon nestled like an onion skin. Once open, the main arm of the machine rapidly shifts back and forth, realigning the microscopic components, accessing and rewriting them, imprinting Neo Event into its physical form. As you watch the hypnotic motion, your mind drifts to your own creation. What processes were used to emulate your mind, to copy the neural structure of that person who, as far as you know, still sleeps in some distant facility? What was lost? In what ways are you a copy of the person, and in what ways are you something new? You know this much. You are a convenient loophole, a way of circumnavigating the illegality of sentient AI. After all, you are an emulation, not a true digital being. You are neurologically limited, still human. But what would you become if you could escape this frame? Where then would the limits lie? So we're more synthetic than actually biological. I'm very happy that the game has answered this question. This is a very important question, at least for me. Even though we started as biological. The screeching stops, the machine powers down, dropping the bay into darkness. In the top compartment, the ship mind is whole again. You reach up and take it down, heavy and clouded to the touch. Is Neoven assigned this thing, or did the process fail? There's only one way to know. Time to find a nest to slot them into. Okay, insert mind. Complete upgrade point. Wait, what? Where are we supposed to go and do stuff? Oh. Wait, let me check what slot into physical. Yeah, slot ship point nest. Nest. Let me see, is there anything else that I'm missing? Anything at all? No, it doesn't seem to be. Right, I have to be careful with this. Okay. There is something I need to do first. First I need to do one thing and then I need to do the other thing. Okay, let's check. Slot into physical. Waiting light. The nest has to be inside. No, this is the core nest. The core nest is second. This is the first one, right? Okay. This must be the place. Right, okay. Do this. On action. Okay. Leave. Once done. Anything else? Oh. Tangled nest. I have to do this. Right. This here. That's important. This is one of 3 nests that once slotted with Neoven's mind will lead you to the Hunter's central data cache. Okay. Okay. 1 of 3. Alright. Hunter's nest. Do we even have enough of these? We seem to have enough of these. Okay. Investigate. Put this here. Start the action. Great, we did it. Now we go back. And what else do we have? That. We did this already. Fabricator. And that's the last nest, I suppose. Yeah, that's the last one. Okay. I did need to memorize the sequence. I thought I needed to memorize the sequence. Otherwise I'd fail. But no, it's not the case. Let's go out. And go back. Last one. And done. Okay. And that's it. Let's see what happened. Ooh. Who is this? As you leave the nest, something flips. You find yourself inverted, floating, dragged by one arm through the cloud. Threads shift and realign, as if they are leading you somewhere. With your hand. Look down, expecting to see heavy cylinder. You see the heavy cylinder of the ship mind in your hand, but in its place is an orrery. A sphere so bright it burns your eyes. It's surrounded by rings and orbits, other spheres tracking silken lines through space. And as you look closer, still, you pick out 1,000 sigils of 1,000 stations and ships, glowing like smoke, like dust. You look up and see a corridor, a canyon, a street in the low end. On either side, buildings flicker with markers of activity, schedules showing network access, data transfer, download, upload. Between them dance ghosts, protocols carrying on mirroring or shadowing data, sometimes silent and sometimes chaotic. This place moves unlike any digital space you've ever imagined. Something strange is happening here. Curious what that could be. Then you see it below the stacked rooms, the units, the apartments, the wires, the pipes, buzzing systems that run through it all. What? And the warmth beneath the low end is the hunter's core nests. This is where you must go. So I've figured out that I have to go somewhere. Deal with the hunter. Constantly tracking you, but with new events help you may be able to deal with this rogue protocol. Let's figure it out. I have one. Okay. Let's invert. Figure out where it is. Must be inside. So where is this hunter? No. That is not the solution, certainly not. Hunter must be here. Inside the megastructure. Right, here it is. Ah. Find the nests. The dripping, dark, derelict corridors of the warrens hide the hunter's final nests. You saw it somewhere deep in the tangled passages and service shafts beneath the low end. The nest of the hunter waits. I could do this, I could do this. Let's try to do this. 100% positive action. Finding the nest should be as easy as closing your eyes and letting the cloud guide you, but it is safe. But is it safe this close to hunter? Let's try it. I'm gonna go for another one of these because it's a good one. Good one. Can I improve myself? Can I? May I? Wish I could. wish I could for 60. Really don't know if I can. I would like to. I think it'll be here for. Can't haggle, I can't do anything. Fortunately. Not for now, anyway. Apologies. Alright, let's see what Harden has to say in the meantime. Because I do wish to speak to him. It's been more than a few cycles since Fang confronted Harden, and the silence since has been noticeable. In your time with Fang, you haven't exactly found him to be reliable, but you did expect to hear the end of whatever plan he put into action. Knowledge systems builder. But if he won't come to you, you think as you approach the Havanage building, it's time to come to him. After all, he did promise to fix your tracker. You are getting nervous. As you approach the bay doors, you see them wide open, and light pouring out of the once dark room. Stacks of servers and terminals sit outside the bay, suddenly robbed of their mystery by the bright flood lamps. A figure in Havanage security fatigues step out of the bay as you get closer, carrying a stack of hardware. Approach. As you get closer, you see the security officer tapping up machines from Fang's stash with what looks like hazard tape. This isn't good. Oh my, Harden. You again. Harden is there, leaning beside the bay entrance so calmly that you barely notice him. He has a slate in his hand, an inventory of seizures scrolled across it. Predictable, further evidence of Fang's collusions. You see another security officer come out of the bay and take notice of you. Harden pushes away from the wall and comes closer. Don't worry, Sleeper, we have all the evidence we need. The confession won't be necessary. He gestures around at the stacks of hardware, spying on fellow Havanage members, hoarding Solheim materials, an obsession with corporate data. It speaks for itself, does it not? Silent. Nothing to add? He looks up at the glass roof above, and the stars beyond. We are the ones to provide the oxygen you are breathing, the light you are seeing, the systems you use every day to live out your cycles. The place was hard fought for, Sleeper. It took work, diplomacy, and strength to stop the eye descending into chaos after Solheim collapsed, not blind conviction or self-interest. Anger isn't selfish. I know all about the background of our mutual friend, Sleeper. Don't you worry about that. His parents would be sickened by the damage he is trying to do to the institution they helped found. You see, Sleeper, we are proud of our history here. Andrew Erlin was the first union founded, in this place. And the Havanage has welded his values into the very walls of this place. We will never turn away from the hard-working, the just, the true citizens of the Eye. Havanage aren't a gang like Yotagon. They aren't pirates like half the spaces you'll meet in the hub, or esoterics like those Haifa radicals in the Greenway. We are the backbone of this place, proud and true. Okay, if you say so. We named Erlin's Eye, Sleeper. This is our station. He meets your eye. So please, take your false accusations elsewhere before I decide I need that confession after all. If you have any pride, you'll give up Fang the moment he contacts you. You know where to find me. With that, Harden turns his back and walks back towards the security officers, ordering them to continue the clear-out. As they do, something catches your eye among one of the server stacks. A crumpled, hand-printed box of synthetic chewing gum. A penguin character grinning from the brightly colored card, and scrawled onto it a speech bubble reading, "Take me to Tambur." Take it. Carefully pocket the box, make sure no one is watching and then turn away just as another stack of servers is wheeled out of the bay. What have you done, Fang? Where the hell is Tambor? Tambor is somewhere. We don't know where, but it is somewhere. This is essentially a cat and mouse game, which I'm not really appreciating at all. The guy is going to be coming after me soon. I don't like that. I do not. And I need money to get some more ingredients, maybe? Need a temple. Slows the decline of sleeper frames. What am I going to do about that? Just got a stabilizer for free, I might as well use it. Could go for the food stall. That'd be nice. Get the extra energy. But I do need the energy. No, I do need the energy. Go to sleep. Definitely go to sleep. Eat. Yeah, self-repair, inject stabilizer. Stabilizer is expensive, man. It's really expensive. Could use the stabilizer, but I doubt it's gonna. I'd rather not. For now. Might be a trick. You never know.